Next on Worcester News tonight, battling the heat. Worcester firefighters face tough conditions, knocking down flames in a three-decker. Plus, the annual Labor Day parade makes it to Marlborough. Dozens of groups showing off their float, skills, and pride. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. A fire at a three-decker in Worcester sends 2 firefighters to the hospital. Today's extreme heat making conditions even more difficult for first responders. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us now with the details. Brittany?
Olivia, the Worcester Fire Department does a lot to fight off the heat. They say they supply extra water and work in cycles, but on a day like today with the heat, their job is difficult. 2 firefighters are sent to the hospital after battling a fire on Dartmouth Street.
We believe that both of them probably got a little bit dehydrated and then suffered from heat exhaustion.
The Worcester Fire Department responded to the three-decker just after noon on Monday. They say the fire started in the attic and then spread to the second floor. Deputy Chief Martin Dyer says while they were able to control the flames quickly, the high temperatures made their job more difficult.
If you can imagine maybe just like mowing your lawn in shorts and a t-shirt, on a day like today, it's very hot and uncomfortable. Now you throw all the firefighter gear on you and you go and you work as hard as you can work. It is absolutely exhausting and takes a lot out of our firefighters when they have to do that.
Dyer says one firefighter was in rough shape, but both men are expected to be okay.
One of them maybe rehydrated a little fast, and the other one was pretty well exhausted. We try as hard as we can to limit the work cycles of the firefighters, but there's just only so much control we have on this, so it is unfortunately kind of common.
Now, no residents were injured in the fire. One firefighter was released from the hospital. The other remains under observation at the hospital, but is doing better. Olivia?
All right, Brittany, thank you for that. A Worcester man is arrested Sunday. Police say he drove his car into 2 firefighters. The call originally went out as a man passed out behind the wheel, but when firefighters approached 29-year-old Christopher Nader, police say he woke up and drove directly at them. The 2 firefighters jumped out of the way, but one was hit by the side of the car. He has been treated and released from the hospital. Nader is expected to appear in Worcester District Court Tuesday. A teen rescued from the water in Milford on Sunday has died. The 17-year-old was pulled from the water by people riding by on a pontoon boat at North Pond. He was airlifted to UMass Memorial Medical Center in Worcester, where he died. His identity has not yet been released. Students at the Proctor Elementary School in Northborough are getting an extended summer vacation due to mold found in the school. Plastic coverings could be seen on the school's windows Monday. In a statement, the superintendent says the school had random but pervasive mold throughout the building. More than 20 adults are working throughout the school cleaning surfaces and cannot be efficiently done while children are in school. Mold was also found at the Melican School in Northborough, but it remains open because it wasn't as bad. It's unclear when the Proctor School will reopen. Quaboag Regional Middle High School also closed due to mold found in the school. The district superintendent sent a letter to parents saying school was set to open September 4th, but more time is needed for testing to ensure the school is safe. The middle high school will be closed September 4th and 5th. The elementary schools are not affected and will start on Tuesday as scheduled. A meeting will be held Wednesday night at 7 p.m. where the superintendent will have an exact timeline of when the school will reopen. Dozens visited Regatta Point for their Labor Day holiday. People spent time on the beach and on the water enjoying the day off. The high temps sparking a heat advisory for the area. Beachgoers cooled off in the water or took advantage of the shade in the picnic area while trying to enjoy the last bit of summer.
Whenever it's nice out, you don't want to be indoors all day, so definitely want to go outside. It's nice to see people here and their family enjoying, having cookouts and just being out in the sun.
I go to school in WPI, so it's right down the street to come here in the summer and just enjoying the last few warm days before it's winter.
And the area's heat advisory runs until Tuesday night. Despite today's warm temperatures, hundreds came out for Marlborough's 67th annual Labor Day Parade. The 2-hour event features dozens of performances, floats, and organizations. Our Rosalind Flaherty was there and has more. Rosalind?
Olivia, a lot of the parade goers have been going for decades and say even with the warm temperatures, they wouldn't miss it. Thousands line the streets of Marlborough to watch the 67th annual Labor Day Parade. Parade goers like Craig Hunt say it's a tradition they can't miss, even in the hot weather.
I'm 50 years old, been coming my whole life.
I've been coming since I was a kid, so 40 years.
Joe and Maggie Riley came to watch their son, who's a Marlborough firefighter, march the 1.7-mile route.
Come to see him and support all that, see who the politicians are this year.
In an election year, the parade is popular for politicians. Governor Charlie Baker and Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito among the marchers alongside bands and organizations. The city says it's the largest Labor Day parade in New England. Many say the parade is a way to celebrate the end of summer and a way to bring the whole community together.
Day to be with family, friends, something that, I hope to do my whole life.
Every year we come and have a blast.
Now, the city says the majority of the costs for the parade is from private and commercial donations. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Tuesday is primary day in Massachusetts, and the candidates are making their final pitches to voters today. The 3rd Congressional District has a crowded Democratic ticket. 10 candidates are looking to replace retiring Congresswoman Nikki Tsongas. Barbara Lillitallen is a state senator with 15 years on Beacon Hill. Dan Coe was Boston Mayor Marty Walsh's former chief of staff. And Rufus Gifford is a former U.S. ambassador to Denmark. If elected, all of the Democratic candidates say they'll use their role to oppose President Trump.
We need to stand up against all these backwards immigration policies. We need to stand up to fighting for the America that we believe in.
We'll go down and not be afraid to stand up to President Trump.
This couple of years in our democracy will be incredibly important.
And the winner will face the only Republican who is running, businessman Rick Green from Pepperell. The 3rd District includes 37 cities and towns across Essex, Middlesex, and Worcester counties. Primaries in Worcester County include the race for the Register of Deeds seat. Republicans Kate Campanelli and Kevin Kuros are running for the position. Catherine Toomey is the only Democrat. Incumbent Anthony Vigliotti announced he was retiring earlier this year. Meanwhile, 3 Democratic candidates are also running in a primary to fill Representative Campanelli's seat in the 17th Worcester District. Stu Loosemore, David LaBeouf, and Pamela Jem face off in the primary on Tuesday. The winner faces Republican Paul Fullen in November. For more than 100 years, the annual Princeton Labor Day tennis tournament has become a tradition for many residents. Some people who grew up in the area say it wouldn't be Labor Day without the friendly competition of a tennis match. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
The tournament is for current and former Princeton residents. Former residents come from across the country to watch and participate every Labor Day. These are the sounds of Labor Day in Princeton. The annual Chandler Bullock Labor Day Tennis Tournament reunites Princetonites and is a day to celebrate town history.
My mom still lives in town, so I can see my brother and sister and all old friends at the same time.
Tennis is almost secondary. It's just a nice way to see people at the end of the summer.
In its 106th year, the tournament is a large part of the town's culture. The Princeton Labor Day Committee says it started when Princeton was a resort town for Bostonians.
A lot of the people had summer homes here in Princeton, and it was like a celebration at the end of the summer before they all went back to Boston.
103 people played in the tournament this year, and just as many came to watch the finals at Dan Hart Memorial Court Monday. Some have been playing in the tournament most of their life.
I've played in this tournament for 41 consecutive years now.
In the finals in 5 different decades.
Victoria Taft says the tournament is a big deal for her family. She and her brother will keep playing for a chance to add on the championship trophy.
My mom and dad and my sister are all on the trophy, and my brother and I are not yet on the trophy. So we're going to keep trying until we can't.
Multiple teenagers played in the finals, showing there could be more strong players here in the future.
I think there's maybe even more spirit as the years go on.
Those I spoke to today say they plan to continue this town tradition for generations to come. The Labor Day Committee will begin preparing for next year's tournament in a couple months. In Princeton, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.